niya, bali mo bali ito. Kaya pag hindi ka umalis dito, bababalik ka rin. Kailangan dito. Ikaw ang bahala. Nandiyan ako sa kanila. Pero pag may kailangan sa akin, magpasabi ka na. May kailangan dito. Ikaw ang bahala. Nandiyan ako sa kanila. Pero pag may kailangan sa akin, magpasabi ka na. May kailangan dito. Ikaw ang bahala. Oh, ayan ang mga gamit mo. Bakit? Ah, yun lang naman pala, hindi mo sinabi. Alin dyan? Alin? Nakilay ko? Natural yan. Tunay yan. Kita mo siyang ganda-ganda ng mata kahit hindi pantay kilay. O sige, tapos ka na bulilit. O ikaw na may ihali ka. Ayaw ko ng nanay ko eh. Aba, ano kwarte mo? Hindi kasi sikat niyan. Hala, tawagan mo nanay mo, sabi make up ang ko.
Tenda, di ba dance lesson natin ngayon?
Bakit nangyari?
Dance lesson na tayo.
Kala ko ba Ay!
ho pala yun. Diba, kung nakatagalan na walang aral dito, eh, hindi natin ng mga bata rito. Tulad lang isang ito, napilayan. Eh, kung hindi lang ako marunong humilot eh, dinilita.
Meron naman dito nagme-mestra-mestrahan na...
Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to pick. TNC Predators.
Stands ready.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to
Ancient apparition.
Vici Gaming's turn to
Earth Shaker.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to pick. Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
Venomancer.
Seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to pick.
Rubik.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VG Gaming's turn to
Wraith King.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn.
Silencer.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VG Gaming's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VG Gaming TNC Predators turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
work. If it hasn't, you didn't execute it. That's right.
That's ROTK dictatorship right there.
Yeah, thanks ROTK. Let's have a look at our game. So we have Adusa, we'll have Gabby's Wraith King, Tim's. You know, I'm always happy. Like every time this guy, I have a chance to put him inside of my fantasy league. I put him in my fantasy league. His performance is always good, no matter what team he's on. And in TNC, man, I just put so much emphasis on his influence in the early game, especially when you give him an ES.
Every single time I see him, I mute him because he spams a lot of these voice chat lines.
No, he's actually one, like, you know, I hate the voice chat lines in the middle of cards just because it makes it impossible to actually have a proper conversation. But him, I'll take it for him. What are you doing, Yang?
He's trying to scout if there's a ward.
Okay.
It's pretty common, especially if you're playing Medusa on a mid lane. You want to have that ward so the snake can bounce, especially on the to secure the range creep, maybe even bounce to the hero and steal the mana.
Yeah, you need to come in range of the tier 1 tower for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they put the ward on bottom, so it's watching over the rune area and any kind of rotation off the off lane of VG. And VG do have their tri lane at the moment, aggressively down, looking for the creep skips. And Sven will be taking the hard farm on that lane. That leaves Centaur to go towards the safe lane against TNC's aggressive lane. And that this TNC lane feels pretty rough for anyone who walks into it. Like.
There's gonna be a lot of slow, a lot of kiting potential, especially in the mid game. You're gonna need to focus on. I mean, you don't want to focus on Venom wards.
Yeah.
Also skeletons, 5 gold. They also respawn. What?
Yep.
Nothing wrong there. I want to see some frogs in chat. I mean, 5 gold. I mean, you need to really commit hard to kill those skellies.
I gotta remember when I cast with you, you're all about the OS frog. You're all about like actually pushing Twitch chat to the next level. So brace for it, boys. Twitch chat mod, Rootbot's gonna be going nuts on Lacoste ass. Yeah, so mid lane's gonna be mid lane. It's like no kill potential either way. It's just stealing a lot of intel for Armel and giving him a good start for TNC. This top lane looks like DY and Paparazzi have now TP'd up, so they actually committed their TPs to do this. So if TNC want to switch the lanes up, they're able to do so. Gabby's just saying hi to Fade on the bottom lane, taunting as he will normally do. Ori actually really trying to get up in Armel's face, but that's not going to be unsuccessful. But Spirit Siphon, while you got him.
Yeah, on the bottom lane you have a Centaur and the Rubik. I'm glad they swapped the lanes because there's a lot of kill potential just having a lift into Centaur's stun, and Centaur's not the hero that you want to harass. You can all actually want to see if they harass him. They actually did, so they're just gonna pump some charges on Retaliate. They need to be careful about it.
Yep. But at least you see the synergy that comes from the two heroes. Cold Feet working with the Wraith Fire Blast.
Yeah, double stun always feels good.
Well, up on top lane, DY kind of trapped in here with the Gal going to connect. DY's going to go down. Tim's gets the first blood. Paparazzi couldn't get back for the denial. And Cuckoo, you don't need points in Plague Wards when you go into this lane. Everything goes Gale as well as Poison Sting, because it's that direct harassment against the melee hero Paparazzi. Keep him off the lane.
Yeah, they also pulled the lane to the side camp and collected the XP from it. So huge advantage already for TNC, especially on that top lane. Silencer is not the hero that you want to play from behind. Like usually, if you watch the game where Virtus Pro played, when Solo played it, he was diving. Like you want to get a kill, doesn't matter if you die after, you just want to steal that IQ.
Yeah. But the cool thing about Venomance, the way he functions, like he went 2 points up in Sting, now hits the Gale as well. Like, he doesn't have to commit abilities to turn around. So D1 doesn't have that easy, oh, I've cursed you, so I'm instantly winning the lane. And Tim's, yep, he's got a fissure on the right line, and he just gets the kill with it. Cuckoo claims it while on bottom lane. Yang running through the tree lines. Gabby, more have you got to give? The Cold Feet and the Hellfire Blast. Revenge kill on bottom. Well, I say revenge kill, it isn't, it's just a straight up kill.
It's 3-0, there's no revenge.
Yeah, so I got ahead of myself. I jumped through the episodes. Season 8. Paparazzi, he's also gonna be careful again, Tim's. All he's gonna do is fidget block him in.
He has no DP.
Paparazzi cuts around, the Gale's gonna connect once again, slowing him down. Tim's has that bonus damage just to bring in, so Paparazzi has to commit the Warcry, but he can't move. He doesn't have the movement speed to get away from Cuckoo, who's just gonna get another kill, and a Venomancer with momentum. no one can move into this lane anymore.
Yeah, this lane is done on the top lane. Paparazzi will need to move to jungle pretty quickly. Just need to get a couple of points in cleave because this lane is soon going to become unplayable for them. And okay, so they're going to rotate one of the heroes because it's pretty much impossible to do anything. Which means that bottom lane is going to get a lot of farm.
They're actually going. As, well, DY, Tim's Fissure creates a space over on 3, Stormbolt. They're coming back over towards Cuckoo. A pick up and throw back. Cuckoo doesn't have the distance. He'll hit a 2-man Gale and tries to make a break for the tree line, but DY as well as Fade have that range damage, and Tim's let everything off he could, but they had to move an entire tri lane up to that top lane now, which means Gabby gets space, and we'll see what happens when Wraith Kings get farmed.
In this game, he doesn't necessarily need to go for Radiance because you have always Medusa to rely on. He just needs to buy space. Maybe he can get a Midas. I love the Deso Blink build. Maybe Armlet throw into there. Just don't. If the game goes well for him, if everything is fine, he can still grab that Radiance because it's extremely good against the Sven. But the burst damage that you get from right-click build on Wraith King is, I think, going to be better in this game.
Cuckoo's trying to contest the pull. DY and Fade have just camped up here on the top lane now. Tim's holding the fissure. He knows he needs it in case Paparazzi wants to initiate in. And every time they Warcry, they're not as scared about the damage that Tim's is can potentially do with the fissure. Because you still got the dot effect, so you've got time to walk it off. So fissure is almost like kill secure. 5-minute bounty runes are coming up, and already Ancient Apparition's there. Like he'll get both of the ones on bottom. The Gale from Cuckoo just pushing him back, but Fake grabs the one on top. So this is still a 3-for-1 bounty trade in favor of TNC.
Yeah, and this is the dream start for Earthshaker as well, because he has that Soul Ring, almost has Tranquil Boots. You don't need anything. You buy a Tome, and you get a Blink Dagger straight after, and you buy a Smoke after you get it. That's pretty much it. You get level 10 talent, 250 mana, you're good to go. You can play this game for 60 minutes.
Well, that's a nice steal for Fade. Oh, I mean, sorry, steal from Fade. With the Mystic Snake bouncing forward from Armel. God, Cuckoo. He is such a pain in the ass. DY wants to do something about him. Tim's is waiting. He just wants to block him. Paparazzi. He's able to do so. And Paparazzi is low while the Ancient Apparition. There's a quick cast. DY. What more have you got to give? Ancient Apparition ticking out, Stick Charge giving some more life, salving up quickly to Fade's gonna look for the Fade ball, can't get in range for it as DY is taking up an entire creep wave to get this to work, but Ori will move over, but he knows Ancient Apparition's healed up. They just TP out in such a huge waste of the movement from Ori.
Sometimes the smartest moves in Dota start with just TP out.
The best offense is defense. I'm looking Abby, like, okay, well, if everyone's up on top lane, I'm fairly certain I can summon my army of the dead and just force Yang out of the lane. He's even holding the point in case reincarnation makes sense.
He's already level 6.5 because they needed to rotate to the top, so he's getting a lot of farm on the bottom lane.
All that solo experience. And he's going to go for the Midas you were talking about. That's in his quick buy. And they have to fortify, but yeah, he doesn't want to move forward. He's so close to level 6, so when the creep wave goes down, he'll have it.
And just a casual stun. If he gets closer, he's going to throw another one. It's 3 points in stun. I think he just committed to lower the cooldown on it.
More time for the catapult to attack. Yeah. When the creep wave doesn't get pulled off the tower, the catapult just gets more damage in. TNC's moving multiple heroes to the top. So they're centering. They look underneath the Dire Observer. Paparazzi, here comes your fissure block up. Cold Feet, trying to slow up Paparazzi. It will trigger. Nope, he just got the distance away.
I would love to see 1 point in Vortex from Ancient Apparition. You benefit so much from it. I mean, he's gonna get it eventually in the mid game with the Venomancer. That's such a deadly combo.
Oh, they want to come again, but that Observe Water sees so much. And TNC will probably be working out. It's like they're reacting like they still see too much. So that sentry out of position to only call it a sentry, not the obs.
Yeah, DP has her ulti up, but she's really low on mana. She's using Courier right now, probably bringing some mana items, clarities.
This feels very odd though. And Fate, Tim's had to hit the perfect fissure and he won't, not tree line. But this has to be an absolute nightmare.
Oh, this is the dream. This is what I wanted to say. She just picked up a bottle rune. The haste, and she can gank the side lane, maybe even turn that into some good damage onto the tower. So there's 3 heroes on top, but meanwhile you can see Armel. He's already in this triangle farming a lot of the stacks.
Yeah, but if Death Prophet has no mana, then how is she meant to actually do that chip damage on the
Just
side?
get mana.
Like, I remember when Death Prophets had to max Crypt Swarm so they could actually farm stacks inside the jungle, and it feels like she's almost moving back into that, but she's so inefficient at farming that way. That's Paparazzi's job anyway. They just come out, connect with the cold feet, so Paparazzi chilled to the bone.
Paparazzi just use a casual stun to secure a couple of last hits. It's tough lane for him.
At least they have an escape now through Yang Stampede, because he is getting solo experience in the bottom. Even if his net worth doesn't match that of Gabby's, it's about 1,000 being the difference. He is still getting that fast Stampede up, so they have either an engage or a disengage.
This is the power of a Centaur, especially once he hits level 6. Now they have 3 heroes on top. If they want to engage or disengage from a fight, they can always do it. Silencer's still not level 6, even though it's minute 9. He's probably gonna get the dome for himself, and then they start to make a move. The haste rune will be activated in 30 seconds.
What's Ori gonna do with it?
They need to try to fight around the runes and make something happen, because right now TNC is getting way too much, especially with Medusa being uncontested. They have... Look at this line of the wards that they just placed. They can see every single move from VG Gaming if they're not smoked.
Yep, but that's why VG smoke up, sending Rubik as well as Death Prophet towards the top. Cuckoo's trying to plant down some of these walls. They're level 1s, so they will not survive long once they start getting attacked. Nice fit. Tim's, oh, he's actually going to block Yang in. He's going to get both. He's on bottom. Armel stealing that illusion rune. Wants to turn around as well. Has he got support? Kuku's moving in. Armel's taking so much damage with the Gale under the X's of Ori just stays with him. They cannot slow him down thanks to that haste from Tim's. He got his own stuns looking to lock in Fade. Stampede's already being committed and they got all the chain stuns in the world, so Fade will fall to Gabby. He rotates into this mid lane. He doesn't have his skeleton arm to summon at the moment. That's a big kill for VG. The #1 net worth of TNC falls.
Yeah, he already used the skeletons, and the Centaur needs to deal with them on bottom lane. It's pretty useless to try to kill those skeletons because they don't bring you any gold.
It's more time to deal with it. This allows Fade just to hold the mid lane, which is nice for him. Looking for an easy ability steal. Now he is level 7 on the Rubik. Silencer has the tome, so Global will be appearing soon-ish.
Sometimes you don't want to pop that dome because others can see it's your level 6, so you're just saving it for a fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And bottom lane, they're setting up on Gabby.
Are fortified.
He still has a Radiance queued up, but it really depends how this game is gonna develop.
He's also still holding the extra point. Curse will happen, and Gabby wants to just retreat back under the tower. ES is in the neighborhood. Or to get our first Midas, it's it's with our hand of Midas over on the Ven. So VG Gaming are trying to slow things up. Or at least just keep the farm of Ven escalating. Right, Blast is coming in. Hellfire Blast, Tim's has a fidget to also lend. And is that giving enough damage to kill off Yang? Not just yet. He moves up through the tree lines. The shadow had enough damage. It would do it right now on Global DY.
That's a really big global just to save a Centaur.
I don't think he was even dead, even if the Hellfire Blast connected. I don't know if Gabby had enough to finish the job.
Now, you can't kill a hero who has a brace, especially the offlaners.
Well, that's a big blow. Gold strength's down as well, because Paparazzi, he was farming up the jungle at the same time. Comes in and cleans up the rest of the bottom.
Yeah, it feels like both of these teams don't want to take any fights, especially since Global is down. Yeah, there's a lot of big ulti cooldowns on side of Vici. And Medusa, she just wants to farm. Like, she's 1,000 gold away from her Manta style. With that, she can pop, remove the Arcane Curse, Global Silence, a lot of the stuff.
Yeah. Seems like an easy game for Armel at the moment, but does that put pressure on VG Gaming to start adding pressure? You asked Death Prophet to start attacking side lane towers. She now has a double damage rune, not that really helps her as much, but it's a two-man smoke up, Sven as well as Rubik together. They're heading to the bottom lane.
TP ulti is up, they want something happen with it.
Ice Blast, committal, Fade's dead. He can deal death. Well, Tim. TP support doesn't want to come. Tim's gone into the tree line, silenced up, begins his TP, then he just hold stop, is able to connect. So he'll go down in the tree line. And this will be the death of Tier 1 towers on the safe lanes for both teams.
I feel like both of these teams are not afraid of taking it to super late game because you have DP. She's a monster in the late game, but at one point, like extremely late game, Sven falls off because of all the kiting potential, and he relies on a blink dagger to initiate. Even though he still has a centaur to close the gap with his ulti, it's gonna become a problem at one point. You're playing against all the skeletons, mana wards. It's really hard to approach a team fight.
I'm also wondering if they have enough sustained damage. Like, you got to get through both the Deuce and the Wraith King. Wraith King's got a second life, and thanks to, like, the mana talent, Deuce has practically got a second life as well. So they need so much damage to continue through. Yang, oh, he's getting hit up. The fissure will connect, but it doesn't block him in totally. Yang will just cut a tree and continue to walk out.
Yeah, even the Veno has
minus
right now.
Yeah, we got 3 minuses on the field. 1 on the Wraith, 1 in the Veno, and 1 on the Sven.
Who says the Sven weirder? You or me? Say it with Z, I say it with W.
I don't know, like, I actually picked it up because I kept watching, it was, I think it was Muppets, and it was the Swedish Chef. And I remember he had someone come on the show, and his name was Sven. And that's it. Like so many of the weird ways that I say things is actually just from the way I heard it as a child, and I never ever knew to correct it. I was in Australia. Who's going to correct in Australia? No, not me.
And you're isolated on the island, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
it was Prison Island. not even Gilligan could get to us. Paparazzi trying to battle for the top fighting ring. He's able to claim it. Tims gets the fidget block off, but TNC feels something is wrong. Fiji Gaming aren't showing enough. The bounties will be taken on bottom, but it's inside the mid where the damage is being done. Venomance so quickly. Not what they were searching for.
They don't have any kind of man burn on VP's side, but they can feel the stick with Rubik, and this could maybe cause some problems.
Yeah.
Wraith King in the mid game.
Rubik got the range right. I believe he has an ether lens completed, so he's got that distance to work with. I also saw a blink dagger arriving on the Centaur, so there's some initiations coming up from VG Gaming. So no longer having to just rely on 1, haste runes, and 2, the initiation of Stampede. They can just use the blink forward.
Yeah, you can see Wraith King still saving money for his items. If he wanted to take blink, he would have bought it already, but if he can get to that Radiance, it's still the best item you can get on a Wraith King because the double life, the miss chance.
Yeah. It's also very problematic. Like, Sven doesn't want to build into an MKB. At least they can get BKBs, but Dead Prophet doesn't need it. It's just problematic for VG during fights. And Sven's already finished an Echo Saber. 16 minutes in, combining with his Midas. Damage output's going to come thick and fast.
Once those ultis are up, I feel like Vici will want to take a fight, especially because they still didn't take a tier 1 tower, and with DP ulti or Sven ulti still being up, they can go into the Roche pit so easily if they get a pickup or 2.
Yeah. But they have to be so mindful of the Ancient Apparition. We saw Clockwork in our earlier game, like scouting out the pit, but Ancient Apparition of Vortex can scout it out, and Nice Loss can cause a lot of problems if VG commit.
Yeah, a lot of overtime damage with that Radiance, NO, and AA ulti.
I was joking about this with you at the very start, and because I play a hell of a lot of Fenno, and playing against Rubik is the worst thing ever. Because your push power you get, he steals Plague Wards, but they carry the Poison Sting attack. So it's very, very annoying with a Rubik stealing Plague Wards. It never used to work like that. They actually changed it a long time ago.
I was kind of glad when Jack moved from talent to team manager because he was the only annoying Venomancer that I had to play with, and now I have to deal with you as well. I mean, you even play
I'm just explaining the concept. Yeah, hey, it's a good hero. It's just very misunderstood.
It's one of those heroes who's really annoying, and a lot of people in the community probably hate to play against him.
But doesn't that make him great to play?
Yeah, well, you use Gale and that's it. That ass off.
We're talking about techies, right?
Oh, techies?
Yeah, he's great to play. Yeah, you can hit Gale and laugh your ass off. Goodbye. 1 second time with the phase boots and haste rune. Gabby ain't giving up this chase. The Undying Minions are trying to keep up with their Lord and Master. There is no crit. Yang's getting back to the Tier 2 tower. He actually survives.
Wraith King farms so quickly. I mean, look at him. He farms almost as fast as Sven. He actually has more net worth at this point.
Yeah.
It's only 100,
barely.
but still. Because of all those skeletons, you just need to have a good vision, and they're going from camp to camp.
Meanwhile, Venomancer just builds a wall of plagues. There's nothing you can do to break through, but that's kind of the root, because you can steal the plague wards and you get that push power. So you can actually establish an area of control on a lane as a Rubik, which you normally can't do. Like, you're one nuke and the creep wave's gone, great. But getting vision, that's the power of Venomancer. Plague wards on every single high ground, and Rubik just should adore that. That's the easiest thing to steal, because there's no way you're going to be Galing or Novering at any other time. Like, you get Gale so he doesn't steal Plague Ward.
Or
no.
What if you ult right after so he can't? Oh, that's so
stupid.
A 50 IQ play right there.
If Silencer steals a little bit more intelligence from you, then maybe you'd make such a play. Steal directly from the players. This top tier 2 tower is in a world of hurt. You bring both Wraith King as well as Zeus towards the lane. There's only one choice of VG Gaming. Come to a different one. Throws out the Mystic Snake, cleans up the creep wave, and VG Gaming, their push just disappears because, well, the army of the dead are doing the work up on top.
Yeah, the bounties are spawning. Armel, oh, that's a huge steal. This is the best rune you can get on DP.
Spam, 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 spam. Crimson Guard completed for the Venomancer. So does TNC start the group? Do we start seeing all that farm that Armel has managed to accrue? In 100 gold, he's got Skadi available. It feels like
Skadi.
It feels like it was 5 minutes ago. Oh, VG Gaming, now it's their time to be active. Nothing happens. Now TNC have their timings. What happens?
With that Skadi, you can just... It cripples Sven so much in a team fight. It's extra slow on top of everything they have right now.
It doesn't care about BKB either.
Yeah.
She just finished.
I feel like it's go time. Shaker, I didn't see his items for quite some time. It's a 21-minute mark. He should have his Blink Dagger.
Oh, he's hiding in the trees. DP does have the defensive Fuel Scepter. She's actually saving up for a BKB. He could have at least bought the Ogre Club, have a little bit more life in her. And no early Aghanim Scepter build up either. Something to note for the Death Prophet. The fact that she's feeling way too pressure from the magical.
Man, Gabby is so farmed. This is insane.
He's looking for a target, but so is Paparazzi. So where's the target? Do some moves forward. Not the one you want to go on. Gabby's not the one you want to go on either. Like, Ancient Apparition or Venomancer are the only two, but even Venom
so
with Crimson,
hard to get to him. Because you get two frontliners. You said it yourself. The Wraith King has another life because the Medusa is so tanky with Skadi and the Manta staff. You're basically playing 5 versus 7 at this point.
Unlike 5v4 matchups. Oh, Observer Ward's up on the hill, but here's that Plague Ward. Target the sentry. And the VG can't keep that vision up. Then how do they hit the back lines? At least they have a double damage room sitting in the river, but TNC, they're 3-man smoked up, but they're losing the tier 1 and tier 2 tower without any kind of contest. They unsmoked, they were popping sentries, and they still never found the opportunity. I can't blame them for not going in. If they went in on either of these targets, the front line, they've lost the fight.
TNC's playing so good right now. They're defending all of their towers. You can see when they wanted to trade tier 2 tower, VG Gaming was pinging tier 1 tower on mid. Medusa TPs, just uses a snake and still defends it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is why Ian was feeling so comfortable as he's sitting there in the drafting seat.
Medusa.
TNC's laughing at the past like, oh, can they go Medusa right now? It looks really good. This could really work. He's like, we win Veno lane. And we win Veno lane, which means that we win Wraith King lane at 4 minutes.
Yeah, and
we just, they can't contest mid lane against, like, if they can't move supports over. So, alright.
I didn't even mention the level 15 on Medusa. It's hard to fight with these heroes if they don't have mana. Once you hit it on a Centaur, he loses 50%, maybe 45. I think it got nerfed by 5%. Thanks, Ice Frog.
Lay off! Leave Ice Frog alone!
No, I actually sent him a message about that mana steal. He said, yeah, you're right.
Really?
Yeah. But I expected a bigger nerf, to be honest.
Did you pass on Nahaz's double damage against Roshan's and my desire to make Roshan an actual pick?
I only talk with him about smart stuff.
Snap. Oh, VG grouping up, but they smoke right underneath Radiant Observer Ward. TNC have so much information for this, and TNC has the Blink Dagger.
Let's see that
around
global.
the back, they jump in. If they just hit the Nova, there's big enough. Global. There won't be an over, but Venomancer does have buyback available. The Fission makes it difficult for VG Gaming to get in close. But it holds off. The tier 2 tower died in mid lane. That's the last remaining tower that went down. Was VG dead? They burn Global, they burn God Strength, they get a kill on a Venomancer. And Gabby, he's gonna get a revenge kill into Fade. It's support for Core, but you'll take it. Because this now opens up Roshan.
Go into Roche Pit right
50
now.
seconds. Oh, ish.
Is there any DD runes? Nope. There's an arcane rune. Someone's picking it out. It's on bottom. DP is gonna pick that up. So I feel like VG Gaming will still try to contest it.
There was one DP rune. It was already consumed by the Death Prophet. But Gabby, he's copying a little bit too much damage. This is not exactly the way they want to go down. Armel may have to do something about this, aka take aggro. There we go. Now switch it goes so Gabby can get his life back again. But VG aren't contesting this at all.
Yeah, it seems like Silencer stole some of my intelligence as well when I said that they're gonna contest it.
Hey, we can't always be Kyle. I mean, right.
By some, I mean 3 digits.
You're fine. Maybe it's because you're in proximity.
So Sven's not even bothering trying to get a BKB. I mean, not a BKB, a Blink Dagger, because he knows that it's so hard to actually close the gap against the Venomancer and his wards.
It's going to be worse now. There's 4 staff on the ES that's going to kite him out. So even with this Daedalus, I don't know if Paparazzi can inflict any level of damage in. The SMP is going to have to close the distance. Aggressively used every time. Boost is now building into a butterfly. So even if you do close the distance, again, you have that problem of hitting your target.
Yeah, we were saying 7 versus 5, but now it actually is, because they have Reincarnation on Wraith King and Medusa has that Aegis.
They're coming up. VG Gaming will lose lane of Rax here, unless they can perform an absolute miracle defense. TPs begin. There's pressure on tier 2 tower on bottom. Phase only going to steal the Hellfire block. Because he knows you get that every single time from the Wraith King. As the arm gets summoned, BKB from Wraith King. It's he doesn't want to burn it. Yes, the radiation arm melts, works down the range from another. Paparazzi, Ice Blast moves for Paparazzi, and he's back off from this one. He holds them, and actually now hits the X-Men into the back lines. You have. But look at VG Gaming, Stampede and Retreat, they kind of forgot something. Naturally, but then Ori wants to continue to fight. He does have all the goals up in the air. Yang hit All-Stars connect, but finally the AQD Mortal will break. The abilities being done, and their raid fight once again. The Coldfeet triggering onto the Centaur. He slowed down the guy, he's doing his work, and the damage out from Medusa is high. Abby will jump in and finish off the Centaur. Buybacks available, they'll lose their range tracks here. Now, one more is VG got left in the tank. TNC had just outlasted them. They're an Everlast.
If he popped that ult with Arcane Rune, so he's gonna have it faster than usual, but I don't think it's enough. You can see Paparazzi already being outside of base trying to get some farm. Wraith King, his ulti is up.
Yeah, Reincarnation's already back, so he doesn't care. They take the lane of Rax. Sven's pushing mid lane, but the TPs are already beginning. It's Cuckoo who's looking for the defense job, so just make sure the tier 1 stays alive. And on bottom lane, 3 creep waves will go the Wraith King. Spend money, let me see.
This is tough, really tough game for VG, Toby.
Yeah. It's just it's a nice overall like laning from TNC. A Medusa that never really gets challenged, a Wraith King that doesn't get challenged either, and a Venomancer lane that actually can find kills just because it synergizes perfectly with the AA and the ES influence again. Like I feel like it's so difficult to ban out against Tims. You can give him either of the ESs and he'll still cause problems all across the map.
Yeah, and I love the build on Venomancer. Just kind of Midas and the GPM to get himself more gold, and now he's building into these fighting items. Crimson Guard to mitigate some of the damage from Sven. It doesn't block the damage DP ult, sadly, but a 4-staff, and they have another 4-staff, so it's such a great item in this game to kite. If Sven initiates, if Centaur blinks, and you can always just force someone out. And even Medusa has one queued up.
Look at me! Hey guys! He's taunting as he walks up the hill. The reincarnation has no one else. And now, well, then pick him up, throw him back down again. Have the damage output, the kill they do. He's actually down with no buyback available. Gabby, overconfidence is your weakness. He needs a little bit more faith in his friends as TNC try and retreat back out. But now there's 2 heroes without buyback available. You commit hero abilities for sure. But this will be a tier 1 tower and 2 big kills that are actually confirmed for VG, not just reincarnation.
We saw this kind of a mistake from VP yesterday when they climbed hill
Ice Blast
at 10-minute mark.
Actually, they're not looking to fight this. Take it back. Sorry, VP.
Yeah.
Mark.
Climbing uphill with no vision whatsoever can always be so deadly. Even though Earthshaker placed a really nice Fissure to block them off, Wraith King still died.
There was a discussion though about that, which was because the coach of Virtus Pro actually came and said like, "Hey guys, we probably would never have made that mistake." And end of the day, it's a rough schedule. It's rough to keep your focus, and we have to keep in mind that TNC and VG Gaming, they're walking the same path today.
I feel like TNC just need to survive through initial burst. If Medusa can pop the ulti and they disengage, so some of the exorcism time is used and God Strength, there's no way they're gonna lose a fight because BKBs will be down and then they're gonna start kiting with this AA Venomancer. It's going to be tough for VG Gaming, but they're not out of this game at all.
Yeah, they just need to hit their timing. It's right. Yeah, it gets more and more difficult. When Armel finishes up a Hurricane Pike, he's got the pushback. Tim's initiation as well. It's not just doing as much damage as you expect to do, but it's just more control. It buys time for Armel to start hitting hard. And he's hitting for 255 a pop.
They could use Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb or Earthshaker would be so good here, so they can have a counter initiation if the goal is popped.
Well, Venno can do that if he wants to, but oh, you mean actually to buy it on ES?
Yeah. I mean, someone else can just buy it. Venno can pretty much buy any item in the game.
Just give him a minute on the Trinity camps and you'll get the money back. The 4-staff is now done for the Dusa,
yeah,
but
that's a third 4-staff. If 4 staffs, you just instantly win.
I should have known this. This is
mandatory.
This is the cheat codes for Dota right now. 4 stars. Had to be magical 4. So Wraith's pushing at the bottom once again. Just want to make sure there's no triumphs left. No out of position for VG Gaming to function on. And if they push the bottom lane, the top lane will always be pushing back out again. They're just killing the Shrine almost by themselves because Gabby went for the ×2 spawn skeletons.
He's not afraid because so far Armel is playing really well and the Mystic Snake was not stolen, not even once this game.
Oh, there's your Aghanim Scepter from the Death Prophet. Yeah, we haven't seen the stolen Mystic Snake actually hit Gabby. I think he's had it a couple of times, but he never holds it long enough. And MKB, man, Barazi's actually have a lot of farm across the map.
We're lying, Toby. That's a stolen Mystic.
Yeah, well, you lied. I'm not jumping into the same boat with you on that one. I gave you away.
So this is the first one.
It still hasn't hit a Wraith King. That was at least the get out jail, the fine print on the contract.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay, that's great. But I will deny the tower.
Alright, he made a 1 mistake. That's acceptable. So Sven has a full MKB to counter the on Medusa.
And the Radiance Cuirass as well. Like they need to get through, everything the TNC has to offer. Because the AC just got completed over on Wraith King. He is beyond beast-like. 30 armor on the Dusa.
Yeah, he turned off the Radiance, but now he has an ace. While they have smoke, so they should know something is up because they can see the AC on the enemy.
When you try and be stealth, you just kind of wearing bells.
Yeah, but during the time when Vlad was like the best item for the offlaners, a lot of those initiating offlaners put it in the backpack when they were driving in the trees.
You would think like that kind of like if it could be a blind buff.
Keep jamming.
Found him. Here comes your Ice Blast, Ori. They're gonna walk straight into will come onto Yang. There's your first 4-star down. Global Silence has been triggered. They need to Stargate. They also do to stay alive, but they bring her down almost a minute and a half on the sideline. And Paparazzi putting damage to use Gabby. He'll get his TP out of the cover of
the
BKB
roast just spawned.
The Vortex is up.
No,
it doesn't.
I'm lying.
It doesn't see. It doesn't actually see.
I'm just ahead of a time.
Oh, goodness. And they instantly put the exorcism to work. Planting the plague odds down. Any extra information for a minute, but there is no ultis from VG Gaming. They have absolutely nothing. With a blink dagger from Venanza, he can from the front lines, but that's why they're trying to get rid of these damn Centaur illusions. Seeing too much curse from DY. A ulti is there. If you combine it with the move of Paparazzi, even if he gets the Aegis, he'll end up popping, and he's backed up. Ori's, they've lost the dash because they don't have the X's still popped anymore. The Vortex is seeing them all. There's your Nova. Here comes your AA Blast. It's going to get a run your intent. It's the Aegis. Pick up the Aegis Sleep Portal. I've got the already onto the here. He has reincarnation with the help of D1 attempting to TP out damage kill before he can complete that. But now it's
need to force him out.
Gabby can't get out of the pit yet. He can't force up the Exorcism Spirits. They follow through up the Cuckoo with the slow on Ori. They haven't done yet. Tims, he has the fissure elbow bit. Nori up the hill. He'll get away. They've got defense problems. And VG double bought back.
Protecting this Aegis and the cheese on that Prophet. She's level 21.
And the bounties.
They were hesitating on side of Vici because they did not know that Medusa has no buyback. So they were being really careful. Also, their positioning was good. They got hit by ulti from AA and Veno, but it's still not enough. Also, Smith dealt so much damage. After Earthshaker blinked, and he disappeared right after.
That's that unstoppable power of a Deadlift and an MKB all together. Still cost heavy buybacks on VG, and they have Ultimate's back anyway. It's not as bad.
They needed to use more 4-staffs on Medusa there, because once she's lifted, she's done.
I wonder if they even had any like in range. Alright, so we increase the Nova duration. Hurricane Pike has now arrived for the Tusa, so she got at least better attack range, because she just got the 4-star before she got the Dragonlance. Nice observe one on bottom to work with the creep pushing out. So TNC understand there's 4 heroes from VG Gaming on bottom lane.
Even though it's a 7,000 network lead for TNC right now, it doesn't mean anything. It's if you're asking me, VG Gaming has an upper hand right now.
Do we want to ask you again in a second? Paparazzi trying to juke out every bit of damage, but it won't happen. Dead for a minute and a half.
Have an upper hand if Paparazzi's solo feeding on bottom. Like, his team was nowhere near him.
I swear, Caster Curse has got a lot more prominent. Like, it's just the last 6, like, actually, since OG 1 TI, like, Caster Curse has just reached whole new levels of contagious. And TNC's going to push in bottom lane. They can force the buyback on this Ven, and that'll be huge just to have his death time there. So if they can kill him off, then that's just, it's going to cripple him. And the top lane's pushing in as well. So VG Gaming can get split. They won't care about the damage to the tier 4 towns if they can keep this bottom lane alive. But they can't have both of the side lanes going down. The Plague Ward wall is already being prepared. Greed is completed, so Venomancer doesn't worry as much about the global silence, but there is global silence. It's on cooldown for the moment. That damage into Raking, however, really hurt. It's a good double fissure. Thinks about jumping in deep, hitting the Gale on Ori, but they've got Abby, there's some in the army to do his work for him. Stat Prophet.
Back in himself from deep.
They still may lose the tier 3 tower, and the tier 4 tower is getting attacked in the back lines. The Plague Wards will actually end up killing off that tower. In fact, Armel's reaching it with just his normal hero. That's a nice rune in the bottom as well for Armel, an arcane rune for him. Gabby, maybe he okay. Oh yeah, sure, he'll take it himself.
Caster's Curse coming through.
No, Gabby's greed coming through. It was definitely a hell of a lot better for the Deucer. Unless he dies within the next few seconds for reincarnation. But they need to push.
He's lowering the cooldown on his aura, so he's life stealing more. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's, I know my mechanics well enough. You can't catch me on this type of stuff. Sid used to do that crap with me all the time. He's like, hey Toby, do you know this works this way? I'm like, wait, what? Does it? No, it doesn't. VG Gaming looking for a fight, sparked up. Aghanim Scepter partially on the Ancient Apparition. He'll really like to hit these hard. And look how far back he is. He's all the way back in the fountain, the max radius he can possibly get.
Look at these skeletons. Now they're gonna respawn. Like, he needed to silence those just to get some extra procs.
Okay. When you have to silence skeletons that give you nothing. That's a sad life. Well,
500 gold just by killing men awards. But we don't know which team. Is it combined?
It's both. Like there were players from both sides on that, because the Rubik's been putting them down as well. Like you see, Wraith King has claimed a couple of them. Was like, wait, hang on. So total shed. Work up from TNC, moving around. Bottom lane's already pushing in harder. There's that Lotus Orb talking about. It's over on VG. The Rubik was able to afford that.
Radiant are scared.
Ori, the 40-minute bounty rune. One quick observe ward. They see Yang. Where's that? Do we shield up? No regeneration for him. The cripple sap is allowing VG to get counter initiation with their BKB. In their ground, doesn't have much more to give. It's not done, burning the reincarnation, but he's locked into the that kind of has to be. If they want any chance to win this fight, Fidge for him. It's caught on the wrong side of Fidge, so now Gabby can find his hidden. But what if they got the full fix to make it difficult for the game to get back down again? So just push forward and the to the illusions the Manutra illusion, so say goodbye to your silence. And now TNC turn their attention over towards Paparazzi. Gabby wants this. Here comes Shirai. Better fly high while Gabby runs low. Tim's can let the fissure go. The Lords won't protect him from this one, but they still need to kill up Paparazzi. That's why Tim jumps in. He gets the chains done in. He finds that kill. Then Gabby doesn't want to end. Fade has to die, but Fade, you get that knock.
For a moment, it really looked bad for Mel. He was caught in a really bad position. Yeah, that's a certain death for him.
Yule's up. Nothing is certain in Dota, but that one's pretty certain. 5 heroes up from TNC. They need to push. If there's a buyback, they need to force. The only one that's there is Vents.
I love how they revived the cheese to Sven, and he committed to trying to kill Medusa, but they used the Force Staffs really nice to out of the position.
To push R in right on the reincarnation. Perfect's already coming from this man. I up the perfect vision to Dice Box. Remember, it's an Aghanim's buffed up one. Paparazzi and Yang. I want to get into the engagement, but they hold the base. They had money to spend.
No, 3 hours left, and I think they took one of tier 4s as well. They're gonna check the Roche. Fighting in the Roche pit for TNC, they're gonna have the vision with Ice Vortex, with AAT, or just some Ben awards. Oh, a casual double damage spawn.
Unlike Sherman, he's going actually just eat blade build for Kook. They've got to stop Sven from attacking. The BKB duration should be pretty damn low by now. Abyssal Blade to arrive for the Wraith Kings, and they actually have some level of that magic immune piercing disable. They even have a bottle for the Deucer, so she'll make sure she's got that for the right time.
If BKB is active on Sven, she's gonna use it to, when I say she, I mean Venomancer is gonna use it defensively.
Is Venomancer a she?
He's not.
You're putting kind of stuff over my head again, remember? Dire scanning Roshan. They're thinking he may be up yet, but we've got a spawn timer. Looks like it's going to be probably about a minute, judging by how fast it's moving. Fresh Vlads for the Centaur smoked up fight the VG Gaming is looking for. Gabby is offering himself on the silver platter. Remember, no buyback available for him. It's not a question of time, it's a question of money. 1600 short. The army of the dead move forward and they need to do something about this. VG showing the position. Smoke, no smoke. very obvious what's happening.
10 seconds left on that smoke. Roche still not alive. Lanes are in good position for VG right now. Even though top lane is gonna push out since they have super creeps.
Dealing with the Nature's Prophet, gonna jump in the back lines. TNC's not that maneuverable. TNC's actually been using Ice Blast to keep that bottom lane pushed out. Because it's the one lane they can't really move to. Bottom lane's so far away from Roshan for Radiant. The second you put someone down there, unless they got T's, they're not coming back to the fight.
This is gonna be once Wraith King hits level 25 and has a full Abyssal Blade, it's going to be a lot of stuns.
Well, there's a Ray Fire Blast.
Need to protect Medusa at all costs.
This is just like so classic. Put one person as bait on the front lines. Who would like to jump forward? No one. Because no one wants these targets. The bottom lane is still continuously being pressured. All right, smoke up from TNC. They've had enough of this. They know there's dark vision. They know they need to jump somewhere. Ice Blast needs to connect on Yang to find the kill. They're actually looking for something in the back lines. They'll fly right over the top of everybody.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to hit it. If it just passes by, you're still gonna get the effect. That's gonna be Aghanim Scepter. Sadly for Vici Gaming, I think Refresher. I'm just theory crafting, Toby.
Okay. Well, Exorcism grants haste. It's not like he needs more damage, it seems, with the +8 spirits. So he just wants the movement speed onto that Death Prophet. Roshan becomes just an absolute nightmare to go into. TNC can't fight in the clustered area, because if they do that, then Sven's just going to... So at this point, you actually just say, we'll keep an eye on Roshan, but we'll never take Roshan.
Look at the minimap. The orange dots moving around, pushing the waves, clearing the jungle camps.
Thanks, Ray. Okay, so the strength is up. AC is completed now over on Sven. And, well, it's a refresher orb that got done on Death Prophet, so it's not as dangerous now for VG Gaming to preemptively pop Exorcism, because they have a chance to get a second one off. Actually makes the Jaeger a little more usable. VG's coming over. They're trying to get rid of the vision that TNC planted down. And Yang, for the first time, the confident of hitting, hit by one Mystic Snake, which is 50%.
Top lane, once again. Approaching this top lane is a problem for them. Also, skeletons will push the bottom lane. It doesn't even look like a bait. It looks like someone just off huge part.
That's a nice grab. Ruts. Yeah. Ari taking care of the wave. Reveal himself to do so. Bottom lane as well, and maybe in like either for a gank in mid when someone reveals themselves on bottom, because they know they can only be like 3 heroes after you had the DP show on top. So Gabby, yeah, you see him now posturing over the other way. They need to do the counter team what VG Gaming did previously. Gabby still stands as the Night Watchman. Jumps in, able to connect on the stun. Here comes your Ice Blast. A little bit further back. Effect over on the speed. I guess things through it. Kills off the Denton. Is it just slow? But a 4-star moves from one hit to the next. Right now, TNC. Nice. Mid lane. Keep him out. Ori, get a. You've got enough. He just wants to kill up this MR, and maybe with the Abyssal Blaze, he can switch targets. That's better. Working with Tim, then bring down Paparazzi. He's got 1-4 under the tier 3 town. The girl, remember, he's got the buyback to keep control. They're gonna bring him down. 2 very steps for so long. How much damage can TNC do during this time of no Sven and no DP?
Creeps are in their base, which means this is pretty much safe Roche for TNC. What a godlike block from Earthshaker there. He blocked the whole team off. DP was caught in a bad position. He was forced to use a refresher to refresh the BKB, and like you need to go all in. You can't just go back right after that.
Oh yeah.
And Sven popped the BKB right away, tried to go on Medusa. She uses her ulti, his BKB duration is gone, and then he's just gonna get sighted.
That's just wonderful target selection from TNC. Changing fight as well. Whoever the shot caller is, they're working it out perfectly. And with this Roshan, things are gonna get even stronger.
Now, since the Keen joined, it seems so much more disciplined.
Yeah. So the Aghanims upgrade, was it Tim's that actually took that one? It's in his backpack at the moment. And I think he just, alright, so it's Venomancer. The Venomancer Ags upgrade.
Not bad. That's Venomancer. Is also extremely farmed. With that E-Blade, he's almost level 25. That's going to hurt a lot. So DP still has no buyback. They need 100 gold. Bounty runes are spawning in a minute. So that's a shame. This is going to be mega great for sure.
Jumps in instantly. That looks like quick pick. The pick is a good one to claim it on. And the Ice Blast to unsure, but no, 4 staff in a blink away, Fake is the distance. But the army of the dead is just ripping apart the base. They have to fortify VG Gaming. 10 seconds before Paparazzi is back to the living. But the dead await him. DY, what have you got? Another quick silence from Ori. Control up. You do have that reincarnation, so even if you do find the kill over on Wraith King, it's just buying more space for Armel and his Lucius to move forward. That's what Paparazzi needs to clean up.
Paparazzi can't move. Look at his move speed.
I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't.
So they still have 1 melee Rax left on the bottom. Bottom lane is pushing for VG Gaming. Someone needs to TP there and it up.
Money, money, money. Money. 4 50-minute bounty runes.
Oh, the dream. Double damage and arcane rune.
Kuku will take the arcane. So all that needs to happen from TNC is vision superiority over the bottom lane and push it one. Like this is Spartan time. An Aghanim Scepter build coming in from Gabby. Yeah, let's have more heroes from TNC that can survive death. He can actually buy the entire thing right now if he wants to. And I see a Rapier being queued up for the Medusa.
She doesn't necessarily need to go.
Yeah, she really doesn't.
For that Rapier, but
that feels very risky.
Even if Sven picks it up, I don't think Sven is a problem at this point because they can just kite.
Mm-hmm. Well, that courier is flying over the shop, so I'm just keeping a weathered eye on the courier to rise on the front line. That creep wave just gets hit so quickly. And here we go again. And the army move forward. Fade hangs in the trees. Your setup begins over on the Medusa. Remember, you have the extra life. 2 minutes left on the XC more. The good Ice Blast. Connecting on Ori as well as Yang. Oh, she tried to actually battle the Medusa, but the issue is over on the sun. He'll get the clock. Top here and backline from Tim's. I've called it. Oh, the high move, it becomes that old Faye tries to return. And absolutely no one. They're all out of range. And Wraith King just stays with Paparazzi. They want to kite him, they want to control him. He has no movement when he actually dies. Like when the Wraith King dies, the lands the stun, splits the team fight, in a little bit too deep. He'll end up going down. Buy back to Barmel. He's not going to commit it just yet. They have got the mega creep. Now it looks like TNC just want to get the hell out of here. Don't have a chance. You have Pegasus will end up living to fight another day as she buybacks and get it forward. Gabby is ready to move forward. Ori, from the rest of the team, Paparazzi, you'll stun him, you'll lose to the workers, Paparazzi, the moon walks on the spot, the fidget control is there, Yang can't get in, he's trying to move in, how about, with no Yang, the Centaur can't move, he's dead for 2 minutes, Tim is just styling on Ori, he had no control totally, and they get the TNC win, game 1, they are such a good team.
Man, TNC's performance throughout this major has been amazing. And this Sven pick, he got kited so hard.
Yeah.
His win rate is extremely good, especially in this major, but there are ways of countering the Sven. You see
VG Gaming's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. VG Gaming's turn to ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. VG Gaming's turn to ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VG Gaming's turn to pick. TNC Predators turn.
Man stands ready.
TNC Predators turn.
Ancient apparition. Venomancer.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. VG Gaming's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to pick. VG Gaming's turn to
Elder Titan.
TNC Predators turn to pick.
Earth Spirit.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Wraith King.
TNC Predators turn.
Sniper.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VG Gaming's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. Gaming's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn.
Witch Doctor.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Storm
You may
Spirit.
now select your heroes. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I don't know where the debate was more heated, be it on the panel or be it with RTK and his players, and the simple no.
Yeah, I like that.
No.
Shut up, I know. And I'm gonna pick the heroes for you. In the end, it's a witch doctor, Toby. I gotta agree with Kyle here. Not what you hear often from anyone, but I think they could have used more hero tables. Storm pick was pretty much obvious. They needed a gap closer to. For our 4 heroes really don't have anything, and
there's no instant grab. Like, it's still going to be a projectile coming from the Witch Doctor, the ES. Maybe he can get the perfect silence, but grabbing that against the Storm Spirit is difficult. So that's why I'm kind of worried. Like, there's a lot of projectile from VG. There's some interesting team fight that comes from them as well, but like I said this to you in the drafting phase, I always think ET is the cool version of a Naga Siren song. Like, just the stomp out, it's so problematic, and in the laning phase, he can just turn this lane around. And a Witch Doctor, there's nothing he can do about him. Like, Paralyzing Cask, you bounce into him, as long as he's stolen some decent damage, like, he's gonna hit you with the phone book.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of magical damage output once again with this AA Venomancer and of course Storm Spirit plus Aura from Elder Titan. I'm just worried about the Storm Spirit. They have a silence, but they have no real lockdown besides Sven's stun. And if Storm has quick fingers, he can dodge it.
Oh, he will. I have almost no doubt about that whatsoever. TNC have been playing terrific Dota all this tournament, and VG Gaming, the pressure is more than on them.
Yeah, before Sniper was picked, it was such a dream Sniper game because you have 3 heroes who are extremely beefy, and they had no ways of finding you in the backline. Right now, it's a different story because Storm Spirit is one of the best counters to Sniper. There's going to be 3 runes for TNC.
That it will be. They're going to remind VG Gaming about it all too. TNC. I think they like the fastest keys they've got to their fingers is either taunt or chant wheel. That's what their priorities are. They're going to see Tim's now moving towards the top lane. So it was the dual lane we were talking about, and it will actually be a 2-1-1 from VG with the Roma, and then a 2-1-2 from TNC. But don't worry, we'll have a split shot to show it so perfectly in production.
We have the technology, Toby. It's 2019. I would be surprised if we don't.
Sorry, we gotta wait till 2020 for the upgrade patch. Like, I don't know what's coming comes first. Production increase or patch to artifact?
Oh, we don't mention that word.
I'm sorry. Underlords is the future. I'm a convert. And Ori, I want to see how well he's going to do against Armel and mid. We've seen Storm Spirits gain a lot of momentum, but this is a sniper pickup, and it feels like he has to keep the Storm Spirit down.
Yeah, the crucial moment is this sniper playing the first couple of waves extremely good, getting the denies, getting the last hits, and he has 6, but Storm is keeping up. He actually has more than sniper right now, even though the lane pushed, Storm Spirit still farms under the tower because the Remnant, because the overload damage.
God. Yang's happy to stand his ground for the moment. I'm waiting for the extra TP support to arrive. Not that ET could do much about this until there's well, camps next to him. So you can cold feed all you want as the Ancient Apparition. He's been attempting some denies, but Yang's been pretty on top to make sure the Iron Shell tick isn't the easiest thing just to predict. But he's not a healthy man. But he's got the support of Fade nearby. Problematic for an Ancient Apparition if you get the double Iron Shells and Rolling Boulder in.
Oh, he has a rune on bottom. It's a double damage. He might switch to bottle this time. Buy it on the side shop, get the double damage. So basically get 6 charges on the bottle. Let's see if he's gonna do it. Yeah, it feels like it.
He's moved over for it. So you'll see the notification on your screen in a second, and boom! That's why Lacoste is an expert.
He's still gonna get the Soul Ring to get the infinite mana region on the hero. How's our boy Witch Doctor doing on top? 0-3.
Are you wondering about Witch Doctor or Paparazzi? Because Venomance is hitting at level 3, which is when all hell broke loose on top lane. And Tim's, well, there's your Gale. He's just punching in DY. He's got the Voodoo Restoration, so that gives him a little bit more sustain. On mid lane, Armel, the kick from Fade, the slow is good. One quick hit. And Ori finishes the job, and that's what he needed. This sniper needs a good start against the Storm Spirit.
He even gives him the tip. So Sniper's gonna have 3 raid bans soon with Fairy Fire. That's gonna be a lot of damage. And the Sniper is one of Ori's better heroes. Whenever they have a chance, whenever there's a good sniper game, they're gonna go for it.
That extra delay, it's 30 seconds now, the kill still awarded. Denying yourself to tier 2 towers, you gotta wait half a minute and then die, or else you actually award them gold.
Yeah.
So I got split 3 ways, that kill on the ET to the tier 2. He'll still reset and then return to top lane. While on bottom lane, the Ancient Apparition's about to be ganked up by the ES as well as the Darkseer. He's just a little bit too far out, so the movement from the Wraith King has to come over to save him, but the Ancient Apparition is already dead.
Ancient Apparition is the hero that has no escape mechanism, and if they get a shield and roll on him, if he's out of the position, nowhere near Wraith King, he's just dead.
And there's nothing Wraith King can really do to stop it either. He's not powerful enough yet where he can posture forward like TNC had before. TNC were 3-0 in game 1, and now here in game 2, VG Gaming have that. But Fade has to run away from the Undying Minions, and this is the problem they're going to have later on.
Yeah, and the Darkseer gave Bottle to Earth Spirit, which means he's going to TP back to the bottom lane, refill it. Also, the Bounty Runes are going to be easily picked up at the 5-minute mark at the bottom lane because there's no way A is going to contest it.
And unless Wraith King wants to come out with him, but then it's you sacrifice what in the lane. But the ET can control the top lane. Witch Doctor as well as Fan can have to stay in that lane near the tier 1 tower, near where support can come unless ES can make a difference. And he's actually TPing towards the mid lane looking for a gank over on Storm Spirit. Rolling Boulder again, going after the Storm with the kick that slows up. Armel has no way to jump out of this, and they're going through 3 shrapnels, but with the Vortex, Armel just turns it around, kills off Fade. Ori will still get the kill.
How does he get 134 gold for that kill?
Don't know.
It's basically nothing.
305 for the sniper.
At least he got the XP.
Paparazzi get the rune on top. Hilarious enough, Ancient Apparition and Wraith King actually did both come out of the lane to contest. They pushed it with the minions, so it's going to be 3 bounties going the way of TNC.
And there's a huge stack,
which is
on the top shrine.
That's just that's the good juice for Tim's.
Straight up minus, no other items. He's the main carry in this game besides the Storm Spirit, so he needs to get the Hand of Midas to get the other items quickly online. Oh, look at this. Almost 1,000 gold just from bounties.
This is why map control is important at every stage of the game. Every 5 minutes,
If you look
There's always a contest for it.
If you look at the way TNC is voting, especially early on, they always have this like a line to see
walk up.
all the runes.
Vortex gonna pull him in. Look at Armel trying to get in front as well, making sure there's no rolling boulder away. Great movement from both Armel as well as Tims.
Oh, Cuckoo gets the last hit. They wanted to give last hit to Armel because he is not having a good laning stage.
This is fine. This is like arcane boots if you wanted to over on the Venomancer. This is like spamming more for ET. It's fine. Venomancer is a real hero too. Armel and Tim just taking care of that stack. It's good experience as well as the money for Armel. Just advance him forward. Already got the double nulls. And with level 6 up and running, maybe they actually think about fighting.
Yeah, if they get a Gale on Sven, he's dead.
Well, that Gale connected. Storm Spirit's going to jump available. Paparazzi already using the Storm Hammer. So Paparazzi dragged back down again, combining with the Storm DY. He sees it. It's like, I'm pulling, boys and girls. ES will die in the meantime. It seems he's having a little bit of trouble. Just on bottom lane, but rolling bolted himself away.
Yeah, I love what Tims did. He faked the stun from ET, maybe to try to bait the stun on a Sven and then use it after, just in case he tries to TP out, but didn't even need to do it. Right now, Sniper is in a tough spot, has 3 raid bands, a magic wand. Like, you want to get a magic wand or infused raindrops whenever you're playing against the Sniper, so you get those extra charges and extra survivability. But if other heroes are missing, let's say ET is missing on the map, he needs to be careful because they don't have the best save heroes. They have a hero who can rotate, that's the Earth Spirit.
Yep. Just love it how both of them, it's like, yo, screw it, I'm going jungle. Ancient Apparition, ES, you can have your time in mid. DY. We're going to get the Maledict off. Paralyzing cast going bounce from anyone, but Paparazzi and the assassination. That is one very dead Cuckoo. Even with Fairy Fire off the stomp, it creates space.
I think that's level 1 Maledict.
The one charges? Yeah, you're right, it is.
He also high-fived in the Tango, so all good. You know what the best part is about casting a game where you can't control the camera or click on things?
Please tell me the best part.
You guess and you look more stupid than usual.
I know, I didn't think that was really possible. And, well, Sniper has the double damage rune. And he's building in for a nice Mask of Mana, so Ori's really hitting that nice timing for big damage output. But can VG Gaming take that fight? Is there a combination they're looking for? Can the Darkseer as well as the Sven work together?
Right now they're not looking to take a fight. There's probably going to be a fight around the rune with the Iron Shell. Darkseer is high level, and with the roll, I think they're going to contest the runes. It's level 7.5, almost 8. Like, Sniper's not the hero that wants to make any actions. He either counter reacts to what the enemy team is doing, try to TP and grab some kills with the shrapnel, or other heroes just come to his lane.
So he should just be happy he's not playing against an Alchemist, but it feels like the same type of timing where a Wraith King is just continuously getting further and further ahead, and we'll see what happened previously. Like, the skeleton minions are just too much for them to deal with. Now the Radiance is the build up from Gabby next. He's got double creep wave coming to the bottom lane. Paparazzi's doing a pretty damn good job to stay in this top lane against the Venomancer, better than previously, but he's still sitting at 3.5k net worth to the 5k of the Wraith King. Tims caught out in the trees. He cannot get the stomp off in time, while Ball Lightning forward. Witch Doctor looking for a rebuttal. DY has the Warcry to give him some extra life. The Stormbot will connect. DY so low in life. Armel will finish the job, and then Ball Lightning away. Assassination will be able to connect, but thanks to one charges and some bottle charges, Armel stays up, and then he gives the bottle over as well to Tims. So Armel, the kick! If it wasn't for the heal that Tims was giving him, they would have actually found that kill, but they're battling for the rune. That's what Tims is trying to pick up, but it looks like it's going to go the way of Fate. And with the Stormbolt and Ori arriving, this is exactly what you wanted from VG Gaming. The fight is coming to them, and Fate isn't giving up. Armel's going to find him in the tree line. A quick little silence means there's no Vortex. The Bolt Lightning forward, but he couldn't get anything more.
He should be careful. Can't overextend because he's low on mana. Sniper has Assassinate ready. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, AA picked up the bounties. It was actually a Wraith King, sorry. And now with two tones, when you have these like two supports who are really level dependent, since the recent changes, it benefits AA and ET a lot because both of these heroes are level dependent. AA to one extent because he only needs level 6, and from level 6 he just wants to get to level 10 to get that GPM talent.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Give him the space. Mid lane, G Gaming. They're wrapping around the Elder Titan, a very difficult hero to kill off. I don't know if they really have enough to do it. Even with the Dire Observer Ward, they understand the vision behind the trees. Now Tim's got an extra friend on the way underneath the Observer Ward to the east. They see Darkseer farming up the stack, so Tim's will lend them with the Ice Blast. An extra Vortex into the Ice Blast and the ET Splitter. That was right on the edge of the Grand Canyon, but the wall's closed in.
Easy clap. That was perfectly executed. For a moment I thought that's not gonna hit. Also Venom Ward's putting a lot of pressure on this tier 1 tower. They want to secure it.
Dire's bottom
I actually can't believe the army on the bottom lane is attacking the tier 2. it's just doing its own little thing. So there's Ven TPing out, and that means the TNC can just push. They will take this tier 1 tower.
Yeah,
VG Gaming are in no position to defend. They
realize something shady is going on because there's no one bottom.
Actually grouping up. Gabby's watching. They're still into the cover of smoke. The smoke instantly breaks. Witch Doctor had to go on him. Now the rest of them, remember, it's the Wraith King. He's a secondary life. They want to try and make some copies. Here comes the Ice Blast from the rear end. They weren't ready for this one, but the rolling bullet forward.
He didn't skill it.
Able to actually dodge, and Gabby, you're right, he did not have the reincarnation skilled, so he ends up going down.
He was saving a point, but the team was far away from him, so he did not want to use it. Right now, they secured the tier 1 tower on top lane, and Veno once again going for that hand of Midas, so 2 Midases on his team. Feels like both of these teams don't want to take a fight right now. They just want to keep farming.
Yeah. Still TNC, like they're gonna be feeling good in this game. It feels like everything's coming together, but VG Gaming have that big combination that could catch TNC out. They've shown the ability to find these kills, and if TNC do group up, paralyzing cast can be a problem. The movement speed getting outside of Darkseer's range, as well as the ES slow, the shrapnel slow.
Yeah, now it's a different story. In the first game, they had no move speed whatsoever, so Sven was getting kited a lot, and now he has a Darkseer to work with. You can just surge him, and he does not care about the Gale.
And so, all right. I was wondering, like, yeah, someone needed to build into the pipe. Kai is also arriving for the Storm Spirit.
And Darkseer is the classic counter to Venomancer because he builds into pipe, he builds into Guardian Breeze.
They just want to get that extra control, and they've hit the target. Amel will find the kill, even though the Ice Blast was right on the money too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's
attack.
one very dead ES, but it wasn't the core they probably wanted, but they realized there's no way you can kill Yang. Not at the moment. Not unless I really wanted to commit Tim's Earth Splitter as well.
That's life, Toby. Sometimes you just need to be satisfied what life gives to you. You can't expect more.
No, I thought I got my life lessons from Kyle. It's like, hey, yeah, let me just quote Nietzsche at you. It's like, no, I'm just gonna quote Lacoste.
I'm not gonna
He's a higher power. This is Croatian logic right here. Like, you can't battle that. Oh, hi, Ice Blast. Got him. There's not even
they have no vision.
They're pinging like they think there's an observer ward watching them, but yeah, you're right, there's no vision. Sentry Ward 1 planted down because 1 scouting Ice Blast.
Yeah, in this patch, it's not a waste if you place 2 Sentry Wards just to get a kill on Observer Ward because you're gonna get the XP and almost all the gold back. Depends at what time you kill it.
Well, they put 1 Sentry Ward down and found Jack. Meanwhile, Gabby as well as Tim's working to clean up their own ancient stack. Trying to push Gabby further closer towards that Radiance. They really want to have that before the fight begins. But the trade-off that VG knows something is up. They're taking the tier 1 tower on bottom lane, and Ice Blast is coming again to slow them down. This is a nice one because it'll hit majority of the creep wave too, making this a very problematic push. There's no fortification available, so TNC can't delay it. But it's all for the glory of the Radiance.
Yeah, now with the tier 1 tower down, they can control TNC's jungle, and TNC will just play the other half of the map, the top part.
Looks like Fade as well as Yang want to do something about that. And they're wrapping around looking for the Venomancer, but there's Plague Wards all through this lane. Continue usually putting the pressure forward, so Iron Shell up on Fade. They want to roll him forward. It's hard to see it, and well, he goes towards the creep wave. Imps there, Armel as well. You can get the back into the but the stomp from ET, combining with the split. This will be hard. The Ice Blast into the back lines, but doesn't actually hit his own target. But Yang, he's tanking through so much. Paralyzing Cast doesn't bounce. Gabby nicely opening up the space. And it's just a retreat out. So the gang from VG Gaming failed, but they only lost one. But TNC move out. Like they're storm farming up bottom. The ancient apparition was taking care of mid. But items are still flowing in for VG. Echo Sabers up for Paparazzi, and we've got the Maelstrom on for Sniper.
Yeah, Sniper's gonna need to get BKB third item because of the Storm Spirit, Veno. They have nothing that goes through the BKB, so that's going to be a problem for TNC.
Oh, 4-man smoke up. Oh, well, with the Chinese approach. 1 man pushing, 4-man smoked behind, and they're even going for the wraparound. We'll move underneath, actually, just by a little bit northern of that Observer Sentry Ward combination. And that gives them a faster angle in towards mid. A quick sentence on the Ancient Apparition, and already Wraith King is running north. Get away, up the hill, over towards the shrine. It's not available for him, actually, just yet. Assassination gives the extra vision. Gabby looking for the movers, with the phase moves. He dodges the kick now. TNC. What they got with Tim's, with the stomp. The Spirit staying on top of him. They're just focusing this down. It's going to be a lot of damage for the ET as well. But he waits for the stomp. So then the reincarnation slow goes to work. Here comes your Ice Blast and your Storm Spirit jumping in, trying to drag back in phase. They'll find that one moving onto the Witch Doctor. The 2 supports die. Ancient Apparition buys back to be involved in this fight. But the 3 cores of VG Gaming will live to fight another day.
And they didn't even manage to kill a tier 1 tower on mid, which they need to do. You could see Sven already going for it right after he popped the ulti, but TNC instantly uses a glyph. Man, Raid, at one point I thought they're gonna leave Raid King once again to die, but...
No, not this time. Not this time. There was a plan. There was a very, very patient plan from TNC. They had to wait until VG Gaming walked far enough into it before they sprung it. But it's still looking good for the VG core. Like 10,000 net worth be hit first by Sniper, not by the Wraith King. And even though Wraith is still farming up very quickly.
Any kind of magical damage will be amplified by ET's aura and Ice Vortex. The Radiant's gonna deal a hell of a lot of damage. Sadly, I mean, happily for VG, they have Pipe. Yeah, they can sustain a hell of a lot. But they got to deal with Ice Blast, they got to deal with like Venomancer, they've got to deal with Radiance. There's only so long that shield will last. Nice rune for Paparazzi, Haste rune. Ancient Apparition quickly begins the TP. The Stormbolt, it will fly out in time. That's the returning of the Ice Blast. Yeah, I may as well, you're gonna die. I feel like they can go for tier 2 tower on bottom because AA bought back in the previous fight, and he's not be here for 45 seconds. Someone's already keeping bottom.
Yeah, it's the Storm Spirit. But he goes all the way to Fountain. He's running out of mana. Sven's really closing in on that BKB timing. Good to clean up all the skeletons that are pushing mid.
Once again, Raid King can go for this, I'm gonna call it a greedy build, the talent build, where he goes for skeleton damage and skeleton spawn because there's no mana burn.
Look how fast Gabby gets pushed away. You've got a fresh Orchid on the Storm Spirits. They have that available silence. ET Spirit moves forward as well. Look for the splitter, look for any kind of combination. Gabby, they're just letting him tank so much, and the Storm catching 3 heroes side in the back. Not gonna get to clap. 3 heroes in it. Oh, Amel goes for his own jump. Up, down, and around. He's got Maldic up and silence for the moment. Amel needs to quickly jump away. The damage output from Maldic will be enough to get the kill. Finally, the Ice Blast will arrive in this engagement, but it's a little too late. Gabby does not have reincarnation available. He does not want to get back into this fight. And VG won it.
Very quick silence from Earth Spirit there. It saved his life, and they got a kill on Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit's gonna need a BKB, because once he gets that, they have nothing that goes through the BKB. So also 2 BKBs on VG's gaming side coming very shortly. I think Sven is gonna have his quickly, and the Sniper definitely needs his as third item.
Well, this is the first time we actually see bounty runes going the way of VG Gaming this entire match. Hilariously enough, because they're the late ones, the difference is only 90 gold. It's a happy thing as they increase in value. So what do you do if you're TNC? You're one game up. Obviously, you can play a little bit more loose and fast. Do you still want to farm up these BKBs? Is this the plan so Armel can actually stand in the engagements?
He can silence the Earth Spirit, which is his control besides Sven, and if he can dodge Sven's stun, he's gonna be fine in fights.
Okay. Well, Sven's gonna be the one jumping towards the front lines, however. Like, he's gonna finish his BKB right now. Sniper's got his. So both the immunities have already arrived. And in return, TNC have a Blink Dagger on Wraith King. So they have the jump on Wraith. But it feels like he jumps in, he's no longer the immortal frontliner that he was in game 1. There's actually damage to be returned by VG.
They will need to try to kite around the BKBs on VG Gaming because VG Gaming right now is way stronger.
The smoke running. Gabby's the one on the front lines, rolling border in. They're going straight for him. Quick blink away. Breaks the smoke. Will still cop the storm ham. Paparazzi laying the god strength down. Here comes your ice blast. It's a good stomp in the back line. And so 2 heroes caught from VG. And that's where the jump comes in. I'm out to see to hold him there. So ET's going to connect. Witch Doctor is straight down. And now Paparazzi's BKB is worn off. Gabby will lend a stun. They have the problem, however, that Radiance on the illusion is finally taken care of. And with a double damage on Aura, yeah, they do not want to get into this fight.
Feels like Storm Spirit doesn't want to commit to Sniper this early because he can find the kills in the front line and deal with Sniper a bit later. Both of these teams kind of cautious, not too many kills, 22 kills for 22 minutes.
It's the better than a league game. Alright, I sit next to you and I throw shade. What is this? I don't know.
Better than league.
I'm sorry to everyone who is multi-gaming.
Back to you, Toby.
Yeah. Thank you very much from our sideline commentator with a little bit of sass. Mechs are up. So Darks has got one, Venomancer's got the other. It's an easy build into the greeds for the 3 positions.
Mech on VG's side will not be as effective because of AA ulti if he hits.
Yep. Seems rather difficult as well. Like, the AA ulti hits, and I'm expecting the follow-up damage to come to make the most of it. Like, to actually bring them in the barrel of shatter. But most of the work that's happened has come from the ET stomp, and then the Vortex combination to keep him in the splitter. Storm, that's been the most effective combination so far of TNC. While VG Gaming, like, okay, well, they lose 1 in that, but then the Sniper's still on the back lines. Huge range, and Armel's looking for the supports to begin with, not looking for the cores. Now onto the cover of smoke, TNC's looking for something, but vision-wise, they don't really see enough. They're scanning up and they get a positive ping. VG sort of split. Well, they should target. Ancient Apparition walks right over the top of a Dire Observable, hides in the tree lines, begins his TP, the kick, Stormbolt are all connect. And AU goes down.
Not a place to be for that AA. Usually TNC smokes for bounty runes, but they were a minute before 25-minute mark.
Yeah, but you can understand what they're trying to do, I think.
Yeah.
It's to get the deeper vision onto VG Gaming, because right now they don't see anything on the Dire side of the map. So what can they do? They can farm their side cleanly.
There's a huge wave approaching bottom, so that's gonna get Storm Spirit extra gold. Once he gets that BKB, they can only kill him if they initiate on him, which I don't think there's gonna be a chance for it, or if Sven just
how about he walks into them for the 25-minute bounty rune? Here comes Fade. Oh yeah, he's not around the tree line, and he's back at the lane, boys. And that's why Paparazzi's there. Armel, Ball Lightning's back to the tier 2 town to relative safety. Paparazzi wanted the jump. This was his blink reveal. I don't know if Armel and all the chaos was able to work out what happened. The other advantage, Storm jumps, but Surge follows. So another answer to the Sven movement problem. That's an easy scout.
Yeah, usually there's a bounty trade 2 for 2, and you could see Tim's being a little bit afraid there. See if they already picked it up.
Well, they have no vision still, so the pressures are being applied on bottom lane. But at the moment, it's only seen from Yang. Like Sven showed himself down there previously. With the catapult waves, they need to keep this pressure up. This has to become a 2 for 2 trade.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gabby's wrapping around the back, get as much information as possible. But VG Gaming will just move towards the mid tower. They know they're kind of already winning that battle, and Narmel silence on him, and they got the initiation jump, and the silence, it lasts long enough. Ice Blast will come in, but it actually doesn't even clip anybody, not even with a chill effect. So Storm down. It is still a tier 2 for a tier 2 tower trade.
Oh, look at the paparazzi, but Venomancer's ward cancels his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, it's like, is Blink really the item you want to go for? I suppose it is when you get initiations, but...
I mean, you can still follow it up because Darkseer is going to be in the front line. You have that Surge. Ideally, you want to approach a team fight with a smoke.
Alright, well, VG together. Hurricane Pike's arriving from... Well, did it turn around to deliver? Alright, thought I saw a Hurricane Pike coming in for Ori.
I'm surprised it's raking for no reincarnation mana cost because they have no mana burn whatsoever. And he went on level 15 for the skeleton's damage. The only way you run out of mana is by spamming your spells.
Yep. Ooh. Gabby. Coming a little close. That's the Hurricane Pike I was talking about, finally delivered to the sniper. Tim's just watching Roshan, but paparazzi wrapping around the back. Cuckoo never saw him coming. The assassination flies forward. Tim's, well, Cuckoo gives him the extra life. Connects with the Gale, which summons the 2 extra wards. Paparazzi cleans up quickly, thanks to Echo Saber. But Gabby, he jumps in. He wants to support. The Ice Blast will fly in. This should kill off DY, maybe with the Shatter effect, but Gabby's going to lose his life for it. DY... And he's actually not going to die through this. My god, TNC really won this kill. Now they'll lose both of their supports.
They're going to turn this into Roche. A is gone. There's no A ulti, and Sven doesn't have his god strength, but they can still take the Roche, I think.
Yeah, Cuckoo Cat needs to start playing like the Plague Wards inside.
Oh, the double damage on bottom.
Sure, why not? Let's make it a little easier.
I feel like if they just keep fighting and lowering the BKBs inside of Vici, and Vici doesn't break their high ground or take any Raxes, this benefits TNC so much more because they rely on kiting and dealing the damage after the BKBs are down, because they basically have no physical damage. Wraith King does some, but he's not gonna man up and just try to fight Sven or Sniper.
That's a really good point. I was thinking, like, going into late game, who even has the advantage, but it always feels like Sniper, like you see him with 17k damage dealt, like, he's still hitting so hard, and we haven't seen TNC close the distance on him.
Yeah, this was first BKB usage for Sniper.
Yeah, so he's still got a lot of time, and Darkseer creates a space. Faye can just be watching him closely too. And getting a Lincoln Sphere as the next item to build up on Sniper.
A full defensive item. I love the build from Ori. Hurricane Pike, so he can force himself out. A BKB.
TNC's coming in. Gabby's got the Radiance turned off, so they won't feel the burn if they do come in close. As they sit on the hillside, DY, they don't see anything, however. The courier flies over. Here's your ball lightning forward. Ori, where is that BKB? Gets pissed. The Ice Blast will connect it. Ori, he should end up shattering. In fact, that's exactly what happens. Armel finds the kill. Gabby's on the retreat back out again, but paparazzi too much damage. Sniper has no buyback available, but TNC, they have help out their core here. They can't make it a 1-for-1 trade-off, so send him invis. Give him a push away. Cuckoo's actually walking through the Darkseer wall to stay on the front lines. Remember, it's still got the Nova available. That's where DY uses the range to just connect with the Death Ward. Find the kill on Cuckoo, who could have walked out with the rest of his team, but he was really hoping for more.
Very good smoke from TNC. They picked up the perfect target before he can get a BKB off, and they got the high ground vision on him.
That just opens up so much more space. There's going to be 3 bounty runes for TNC around the 30-minute mark. What did you say? They always smoke before the bounty runes?
Yeah.
Exactly what happens.
And then they popped another BKB charge on Sven.
He's just getting lower and lower as time passes by.
Even Sniper used BKB, like the second after. I mean, you can't use items after you die. A mass. I mean, before it died.
Don't get so hard on yourself. Hang on. Didn't it flash up saying Gabby finished the assault cuirass?
Over here.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Toby.
I definitely saw it appear. But in his inventory, it's not done yet. He's short of a plate mail. Smoke up from VG Gaming. Mel may be the primary target. They also had the same problem the TNC had previously. No vision on the enemy side of the river. So VG Gaming across in the mid. There it is. It's back again.
Okay, Nostradamus.
Let me check my stars. Wait, no, I'm inside. I'm inside of an arena. I can't look to the skies. I can look to VG Gaming. Paparazzi jumps in. A quick blink away. Gabby.
Oh, that's not the target they want to go for.
But he's got the Stormhammer cooldown reduction, so it's such an easy throwaway like ability.
It's also an easy game to throw.
No. You have no mana left to fight. All you want to do is cut the wave, but Gabby already took care of that. The Plague Wards begin. The battle for vision. Here comes your Ice Blast. It's pretty deep. DY Paparazzi. We're going to move frame by frame as DY tries to move away. Sentry Wall being planted down so they can see us. We'll have a quick second. DY should shatter this time. He's got cold feet on him as well. But the rest of VG Gaming, they're ready to fight, and TNC have to move through this Darkseer wall.
Yeah, the wall is a bit in a tough spot for TNC.
Storm's got the man to jump in. All right, go. Let's give it a shot. We'll see where Armel wants to focus. Fade's probably going to be his prime target in the back lines. As DY, he will shatter. Gabby's BKB wearing up. He's got the reincarnation. Here comes your assassination 4. That's Ash to find the kill. Good Nova catching up with Paparazzi as well as Fade. As Armel, he's in the back lines looking to just mess up the supports, but Racing's already gone down. Big ET. The ET splitter is pretty damn good, but what do they get in return? Again, it's 2 supports for a core. VG Gaming's cores can just walk away.
I still think that's a win for TNC because once again they lowered the BKBs. You see Paparazzi, he goes in, focuses the Raid King and dies instantly, then pops the BKB and ulti, and they just focus him down once again. So Raid King is not dealing any damage before his, I mean, not at all actually.
Here I am.
Like, okay, well, you respawn and what do you achieve now? That's starting to sound like a very, very sad life for the Wraith King. Yeah, still having a couple of bumps. Don't worry, we'll smooth it out. It's interesting fact about the arena we're actually in. It's actually an ice hockey arena. So we'll just put the Zambonis down on the internet cables. I'm sure everything will smooth.
Oh,
what a picture
I love the jam.
Spot. Yeah, what is that? It's like makes you feel like a low-tone Daft Punk.
It's minimal.
Welcome to Tron, the grid. Centaur.
DJ Centaur in the house.
Centaur fights for the people. The Darkseer murdered him. Never had a clue.
Storm is having mana issues right now because, I mean, he has Kaya, he has a BKB. BKB was a necessity in this game as a third item, but once he gets that Bloodstone, it's going to become so much easier because right now he's really limited on his zips. And this is huge item on Venomancer. I love this. Heaven's Halberd, if he pops it on Sven before the BKB, he can't dispel it.
Also, it feels like a really nice item for him to grab up as opposed to like the E-Blades that we saw previously to stop the Sven from attacking. With the BKB durations dropping low, and something he can afford now. Makes a little bit more sense. But they're watching TNC. Observe Ward on the top of the pit. They keep popping in the Plague Ward. As long as they can stop it from attacking Roshan, it can stay alive a little longer. Wait, is he? Alright, he'll Gale in as well. Venomancer doesn't have an never-ending supply of mana. I'm gonna flag that.
Oh, double damage on bottom. He wants to get that Bloodstone before the next fight.
Oh yeah. Couple of creep waves that are bringing the creep to him. Cuckoo putting the Plague Wards up on the hill. He wants to own the cliffs. That tier 1 tower they have to fortify. By a little bit of time. Sniper can just chip at it from range and they know it. So it's not something you could just set up a whole bunch of Plague Wars and expect to hold unless you can counter-initiate onto Ori. Or just counter-initiate into Ori. That's what they're looking for. Smoke up from TNC. Where do you want to go? Storm and Wraith King. Like, Storm's still pushing out the bot lane. He still hasn't finished up the item yet. So they're wrapping all the way around the top.
That's a huge wraparound.
That really is.
Quiet, Toby.
Okay. I'm not sure if I'm really suited for this task.
Again, smoking for the roots.
Gabby with the Ice Blast. I'm not good for that task at all. The Ice Blast actually hits the Darkseer Walker. These problems. And with the Gale, they've got ET Splitter and the Nova. Fade's in a little bit of trouble, but they still can't get him for all the Warcries and the BKB protections. PG Gaming still alive, but now Storm goes to work. Ori, he isolated. The rest of his team, he wasn't with him. He never got the memo. Fade comes in to buy some time, but Armel has the mana barely to get through into the sniper. And they want to get out of here. Cuckoo, the Gale will connect against something those through walls. D1 going invisible.
No vision.
The Storm Hammer, it'll connect. Cuckoo and Gabby, they're a little bit too low. But the reincarnation from Gabby to come back to fight. So Cuckoo, looking for his own battle around the fog of war, does not have him. Storm's, he's already left. He's going near to put out the lanes. And Ancient Nap Bridge is also bailing out. The TP, that took a while, but he's out to safety too. 35-minute bounty runes to gather, and VG Gaming scrambling to fight.
They need to scout the Roche. Ori just bought back, which means that he wants to grab that Aegis bottom lane. There's a huge amount of farm, but they need to scout it out. Wraith King does not have a buyback. He's only 70 gold short.
They go into Roshan. Ice Blast is up. That will be the easiest way to scout, but you kind of want to save it, so what do? You have Elder Titan, one of the greatest counters to stopping Roshan. Send the Spirit in, begin the Stomp, and VG Gaming, they have no other choice but to back up. In fact, he's waiting on the Stomp. There's your buyback from the Venomancer. Now it happens, Roshan at 1/3, 1/4 HP.
ET,
even the Nova duration
10 seconds for his ulti.
Have to push Cuckoo in. In fact, they're looking for Cuckoo. 4-star him up into the trips around the fog of war. Now the 4-star, and now hit the huge Nova. It's 4 seconds on cooldown. They weren't ready for it. The Ice Blast will connect, and be careful with the ET Splitter. They're all going to get the clap. Paparazzi slapped back in again, and now Storm Spirit. You know he wants to kill. He's staying in the middle before Armel. That's deep, maybe too deep. Fade's able to rolling boulder himself away. VG Gaming, someone here has to be punished. Even if it's no one is dying. No one is dying. You're right. The Storm can come in. But where's the follow-up? Where's the regeneration? You're still going to napping Witch Doctor. VG Gaming, they're going to go back for Roshan. The play was forced up. Beautiful Nova. Roshan killed by the Diaside. Ori got the Aegis Immortal. He got what he came for. The Glimmer Cape Cuckoo can move himself further away from the Death Ward. And out to safety. The man, you said it, VG wanted it. They had the buyback from Ori. Sadly, he doesn't even tick out, it looks like. Oh, yeah, really? For TNC, he did not get the Aegis there, nor cheese. And those BKBs are on 5-second duration right now. So that's going to be a huge problem for VG. Even with that BKB, man, Tims is playing out of his mind this game. Not just this game, this whole series. The blocks in the first game with the Earthshaker, you don't necessarily need to hit the heroes, you just need to block off the enemy team. And this ET is keeping VG napping forever. Maybe eventually Gabby can start doing some damage. He's building Abyssal Blade. Mel's doing the best he can, zipping and sliding, but he still can't get the kill. Now a Daedalus for the Sven. I don't think TNC can really fight this. And an MKB, the damage is just being accrued by VG, and there doesn't seem to be an answer from TNC. Apart from disengage. Nova is a problem, but if the Ice Blast doesn't connect, Restoration will fix that. And the pipe. He needs to keep his ulti, not to try to use it right away on Ancient Apparition. And I feel like both of these teams are losing vision in team fights. A Glimmer Cape on both sides, and they're not having enough vision. It's like only position 5 is carrying Dust and Sentries. Well, VG Gaming are moving forward now towards the mid. Make the most of this. Aegis cleaning up the wards. Here comes your Ice Blast. You said you wanted to save it. It's going to fly over the top of everyone. Gabby will jump in. She's going to chill everyone, even though you don't get your damage. Ori has to BKB. Same with Paparazzi looking for the kills. Gabby, they jump forward. Where's that vision? They've got it. They'll break the reincarnation, and Fade wants to follow up as quick as possible. They get the ET double buys in space. Gabby force-up him up. The Nova, it will connect on Paparazzi, but they get burned through Gabby. He's got buyback available. Maybe he has to use this as a tier 3 talent. That's where the battle is currently happening. Ancient Apparition, what are you doing out there? That is not home. That is not safe.
He had to one-shot it.
Yeah. If we can count it with the Echo Saber, it's just like, I got you with my back wing. Storm Spirit just wants to get rid of the creep wave as quick as he can. Didn't TP back instantly, but he'll get out now.
Storm Spirit getting really close to level 25, and then it's gonna become super annoying for them.
And the push comes in through bottom lane. Here goes Storm Spirit once again. Jump out, jump in. No creep wave and trying to keep that backdoor protection up. And with the Plague Wards, another Sentry Ward gets planted. I think it's just out of range of the Obs.
Oh, they left the creep wave.
Trying to waste up the time. The ET's also off target. So they have to fortify themselves, TNC, to keep this tier 3 tower up. But it doesn't stop them.
ET just bought the tome. I think he should give it to Storm Spirit instead.
Here comes
so
your
he
ice
can get
blast
the 25.
through the back lines. It's only going to chill over on Fade. Storm Spirit really on the run. But Ori's finishing the job. Storm generate quickly, but not quick enough. The melee ranks is taken, and VG Gaming will back up. There's 4-bit bounty rings to grab. Here comes Storm once again. Nope. VG want nothing of it.
Nothing wrong here. They got what they came for. I mean, melee racks and tier 3 tower.
This would be good for Marmel if he can pick up both of the bounty runes on bottom. Like, they're losing the shrine. There's actually the TPs coming to the bottom shrine and the TP to the tier 2 tower. So, yes, we'll battle for one of the runes.
Also, Raid King is getting close to his level 25. So once the BKBs are down, if they kill Raid King, he's gonna stun him and allow ET to land a secondary stun right after and even a better ulti. Even though he did not have any problems with good Earth Splitters this game.
Okay, push is now impossible for VG. You got the 25 talent. We've got Remnants on the back of everything but the mid. Gabby, there's around. No blink. Up, he's actually going in. The engagement on the get it, and the Ice coming in. Paparazzi and Ori both connected on that one. The BKB's gonna wear pretty quickly. And you know TNC, they want to fight. That's why you already have the splitter. Into Paparazzi, pulling back in, but these stuns, he's alive. It's so crazy. And with no mana on Storm Spirit, they have to bail out. Paparazzi gets a haste rune. The Storm Bolt will not connect. He was able to just ball himself away.
He's out of mana for a second. Vano uses Guardian Greaves, and suddenly he's 100 mana. Always has enough to zip away.
This is nice to ES. Now he's an answer to the Storm Spirit jumping on him. A BKB for Fade to go with the Spirit Vessel. Not many charges on that Spirit Vessel anymore. There's one, but a Scythe of Vice. There's your Sable, there's your control. But the Aegis Immortal will time out, so VG lost that easy second life on Ori. And his buyback's still on cooldown for a minute and a bit.
Storm Spirit has 5,000 gold. If he sees that Hex on Darkseer, he might switch to Lincoln Sphere instead. Yeah. Right now he has Hex queued up.
That kind of like, no, he'll actually buy his items. He bought the full Scythe, so well, he didn't need it. He hasn't come in vision, so he can't see it. We have information that Armel does not.
They're fine. They can play this game, Toby, for another 30-40 minutes, and this Storm is gonna become insane. You can buy Aghanim Scepter upgrade, you can buy Moon Shard for
I asked for popcorn at the beginning of my casting today. I still haven't had my popcorn. I think we need it for this game. Yeah, production. They have enough problems to worry about. Sure, we need ice cream. That's what we need. We need nice big tubs of ice cream. Gotta tell you, Marino, good stuff, man. Had it in Paris, and they do it with crepes.
Oh, that sounds great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't have dessert very often, but my god, no, I love it. Gabby, well, he's going to VG completely irrelevant conversation. As VG Gaming, 5-man smoked up, looking for a wraparound, hoping for some initiation, but they don't have information. Like, the one observer what they have is inside TNC's base. And now it's TNC's turn. 5-man smoke up. The smokes break each other. Gabby's on the front line. DY, he's the one who's Glimmer Cave hiding. And Gabby, Trump with the bait, taunting the whole Arcane Rune. From Paparazzi will grab it. He does that now. Gabby is isolated in front of Rashawn. Damn, cannon Ori is so damn strong. Paparazzi will jump up. The BKB's wearing off. He's got to be careful, so they're surging away. Now the ice will fly as well. Gabby initiates. What was that? They won that kill, but they couldn't hold him. Gabby's got to do the hard way. Maybe they have enough, but with the magnetized Gabby's BKB, trying to walk this up, but no reincarnation. Buyback's available, but the Storm's got almost no life as well as no mana. He had to go all the way back to base. Nova, it's pretty damn good. Getting both to VG Gaming, but TNC, there's no one left to really do anything with it. Tim's is there. He has to begin his own TP out of Storm Spirit. Goes right through Paparazzi. He gets him. He got Paparazzi almost 2,000. 1915. The year the Paparazzi was sent back into.
Paparazzi, was he full HP?
No, he was dropping. He was dropping. He got hit pretty hard by the ET, but yeah. Maybe, I don't know if I have a replay of that one, but it would be fun to see. Straight through.
Sniper casually doing 6,000 damage in that fight. Man, Raid King, he's just a living second life. He deals no damage. He went with the stun on this man, try to kill him in the duration of Ice Blast.
I'm out! No! He's actually gonna connect, and they pull him back in again. He's gonna go down! My God! Not there! Not now! Not now!
He has a buyback though, but the rest of this team, everyone besides AA has a buyback. This is the power of Hex against Storm.
This is exactly what VG planned on TNC. They went straight into it. They see Roshan VG Gaming. Aegis and Cheese, remember, this is still only the second Roshan. It's been too dangerous to go into the pit. But they'll want it. That's just going to negate any initiation than TNC to do on Ori. And my God, that sniper hits hard.
Darkseer is level 25, the AoE surge.
God, that's
going to feel great. What?
He's got like his little blue cold wings. It's like he took the Night King's cape and just like, hey, this is really nice. If Night King had a cape, that would be his cape. ET Spirit's coming to have a bit of a check. Kings are coming out. Storm Spirit's still dead for the moment. Roshan down to half-life. Paparazzi bottles the double damage rune, so he's got a little bit more to fight in. If that Ice Blast, that's a huge miss. VG Gaming will feel the pound. They thought they were on the hillside, but TNC wrapped around the north, puts the Plague Ward down. But look at DY, the wrap around for the Coconut could do some work, pushing himself, but he doesn't have the extra detection. Here comes the Storm Spirit. He's going to TP himself out and the ball lightning in, trade the backline with his own Hex, try broke down Gab. They actually go through Ori to bring him down. This Gab BKB up, the ET Splitter, VG Gaming, they just want to back out. They all got hit by that Nova, but as DY, he's actually in a little bit more trouble. Tim is staying with, they'll punch down with the burn book, but now Faith wants his own initiation with the silence. They've got so many problems. Reincarnation is available for the race team, but ET also has to buy back so much money, so much coming up from TNC. They need a good fight this one. That's why Albel comes in. They might be able to get him at secondary time. Ori, he's standing his ground. How much life still is he? Through the basket matters. He's gonna live with his BKB. Hurricane Pipe pushing back Tim. Ori is a beast from downtown. He will continue to fight the assassination flight squad, helping get the kill over of Tim. It does feel that way, but it's not done yet. He needs to find his own kill. Summon the army of the dead. You're Aragon. Gabby's in the trees. He needs to get out of this one. The rolling boulder, it connects perfectly. Gabby, how much have you got to fight with? He's still got a Raid Fire Blast, but the Hex is out. The Raid King will go down. Ancient Emperor's the only one with buyback, but they're dead for so long, TNC.
Bottom lane is pushing, middle lane is pushing. The range racks will be killed. I think this is the catapults as well on the bottom lane. A lot of waves approaching. 80 seconds for Storm Spirit.
And they're going to find whoever the hell they want. They'll find a Game 3 VG Gaming. It has been a great laning phase for them. It's a great timing and a great draft and patient execution from VG Gaming.
Oh, Darks bought the Desert and the Meme Hammer. They're gonna drop everything on this throne.
Hey you, careful where you stand. The Ice Blast flies forward. A GG, well played. TNC will call it. We have a Game 3 on our hands to wrap up the night. This is just the way we roll, Epicenter. We push it to the limit, come back for the whole night.
I feel like if Storm Spirit bought the Lincoln Sphere there, because they had no vision of Darkseer, that he has the Hex, he wouldn't die on the bottom lane because they have no single targeting spells.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would die the second time as well after the buyback. So it could make the difference.